Hi, it's Nika. Welcome back to my fabulously creative channel. Today I will be doing some shaker embellishments, and I'm using these frames. And I wanted to make these because sometimes in the middle of a layout I think of doing a shaker type deal, and I don't know, I just don't feel like stopping, pulling up the glitter, the sequins. So I thought if I had some of those already on hand, and I'm going to use these 4 frames. These two are from the Heidi Swap collection, and the other 2 are from the last kit that I designed, the selfie series. And to make these, you will need some double-sided stick tape, some glue tape, and foam tape. Actually, you don't need foam tape. If you have those little foam squares, you can also use those. And I'm just showing you my collection of glitter and sequins and little sparkles. I got those little packets of glitter from Walmart. And I'll also be using this clear packaging. It's like the backing that comes on back of the stickers. If you don't have any left, or if you threw all of yours away, you can also use transparency. And I will be using that as just as the shaker window. And now let's get to my favorite part. I'm just going to mix up some glitter and some sequins. And I picked like a few different colors because I'm doing 4 of them. So I wanted to have, I don't know, 4 different little glitter sequin mix to choose from. I don't know what to call this. Y'all know I just love anything that sparkles. So I don't know, I think I had more fun mixing the glitter. And you'll see when I get to one of the cards, I got a little carried away with the glitter. But I don't know, I am just mixing these and making this nice and pretty. And I'm putting it in this little container because this has a top to it. So once I mix these, like, I can have this on hand for some other projects. And it'll be already mixed and ready to go. So I am just shaking that all up. And look how pretty that is. Just shaking that all up and getting ready to go. And I'm adding a little bit more gold because I wanted one to be kind of plain, that silver and blue one. And then I think one of them I just threw everything in there. And now I am just shaking it up. And yes, I played with that for a few more minutes, but I cut that out. And to get started, you're just going to take each frame and just trace the square onto your little piece of plastic backing. And I'm not being too exact, as long as you get like inside the square. And I'll have to trace these again in a second because I don't know. Oh, I didn't leave room enough for everything on there. So now that those are all cut out, I am just going to add a piece of double-sided sticky tape to each one. And I'm using that double-sided stick tape instead of my glue tape because it's a little bit stronger. Oh, and the other thing, I also traced those little plastic pieces. I traced them onto a piece of white cardstock. So you'll have 2 pieces of the same size. And again, I wasn't very exact, just traced it on there. And now I'm going to peel the double-sided stick tape off of each one and just put my little plastic frame on back of each one. And I'm doing it to each one. And here's the last one, that little gold one. Alright, so now that they all have the plastic backing, I'm going to go and put foam tape in the same spot. I'm going to put it on top of the piece of plastic. Now this part is a bit tedious because you have to cut the little pieces of foam tape And if you leave any spaces, like your glitter will leak, it'll leak out all over the place, which I did on one of them. I do go back and fix it. But this step is a little tedious because the foam tape kind of sticks to the scissors. You have to make sure each part is down properly. See, I missed that little gap. I think this was my least favorite part. Alright, now that everyone has their foam tape on, I am just going to go ahead and peel off the backing. Now once it's peeled off, I'm just shaking it to the corner. I'm just going to grab a little bit and place it in the center and then flatten it out a little bit. And you want to be careful not to get it on your foam tape, because if you get it on there, it won't stick. And I got it a little on the edge. And I'm just going to take that piece of cardstock backing and just stick it right on top. And your shaker embellishment is done. Alright, and I'm going to do that to each piece. Now this one, I think this one, I put too much in there. You want to keep your glitter in sequins kind of flat. And I also pulled the backing off after. It's easier if you put your glitter, if you peel off the backing first and then put the glitter in. Alright, and I have that one all set up. And as you can see with that one, I got a little carried away. I don't know, it's just a little busy. And this one, I wanted to do it different. I did not put any glitter in this one because I wanted it to be kind of plain, kind of simple. And also I didn't put the piece of cardstock on the back. I cut out an extra piece of plastic because I want this one to be clear. And that way, if you want to like kind of have a see-through card with no backing, that'll see how you kind of see through the back. And these are my 4 shakers. And I like them all except that blue one. So I'm going to go back and do an extra one without the glitter. Because I don't know, it just came out just a little busy. A little more busy than I would have liked it to be. And I also skipped a gap. So it kept, like every time I shook it, glitter came out. Maybe I should have just stopped shaking it. But I don't know. I can't help it. I just kept shaking them. So I am just putting some sequins in here and peeling off the back. And I'm also going to put a clear backing on this one instead of the cardstock. And I didn't have any more of that plastic sticker backing, so I just used like the I guess it's a plastic bag. So once I turn it over, you'll see the difference. Like the it has a few wrinkles in it, but you can still use it. And that came out super cute. I hope you enjoyed these little embellishments. And here are all of them, just so you can see how they look. And stay tuned. These will be on a layout, a project